prettiness. What's up, D4B fam? Welcome back to my channel. You already know what we're getting into today, a makeup tutorial on this look. Yes, so we're about to get into it. Full glam, but nice, natural, peachy tones. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe, because y'all be forgetting to subscribe. So subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and the notification bell so you're aware when I make a new video. Leave me a comment back down below, and so we can, you know what I'm saying, chit chat back and forth, get to know one another, and also follow me on my other social media platforms. But without further ado, let's jump right into the video. All right, D4B fam, let's get into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face. So I'm gonna use this J. LaRue Cosmetics Mattifying Foundation Primer. So with this stuff, I just squirted half across the room. But with this stuff, so it's kind of like a thick consistency. So what I did is I squirt some in between my fingers, and then I rub it together on my fingers first. And then I just like pat it in to where I'm like the oiliest, which is like on my nose and my T-zone, on my cheeks and my chin, and on my forehead. So I just do like one pump at a time, because if you use too much, it dries kind of quick, and so you don't want it to dry up on your hands before you can get it on your face. And just a word to the wise, it does not play nice with other products underneath, so that's why I like to try to put this one on first. The only other thing I put on before this was just like a mattifying primer spray. But anything that you have to rub in like under this does not work. And it'll start to like kind of get like a white cast to the skin, which is fine. It just lets you know it's like drying down and mattifying the skin. All right, so the next, just my usual thing is to kind of spot correct. So I just go in with the concealer that's like relatively the same color as my skin tone, nothing lighter. I just pretty much spot correct all of my blemish spots. We're gonna do the same, pretty much the same thing under the eye and on the lids. We're gonna take our same e.l.f. mattifying spray, little domed concealer brush, give it a quick spritz, and then we're gonna start to blend these out. Now, since I am doing like a full, like more glam, I'm just gonna lightly tap on the blemish spots. And that's just because I really want the concealer to actually stay on them instead of like move around. And initially it'll look a little bit darker in those places just because everything's like mattifying. This is really, we're gonna keep just like really tight to the under eye. And this is really just to give everything one tone. You can probably start to see like the like white cast. That's like where the primer is that lets you know that it's like mattifying. Okay, like the center of the face looks pretty smooth in this area. We've gotten some kind of concealedness going on, so it's pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and start to work on these eyelids. I'm gonna just use this Juvia's Place, the Nubian 3 Coral palette. It looks like that. Really pretty. Put a lot of peachy tones and stuff here on the bottom of this guy. And just pop him all on the lid. Now we're at that on our lid. So we're gonna build the crease up. So we're gonna start with this corally, more peachy tone here on this like tapered, fluffy brush, and start to stick it right in the transitional space, like right above the actual crease. And deepen it a bit with this more peachy one here at the bottom of this guy, and just stick it actually like right in the crease, just using another fluffy brush. So just go directly in the crease this time. Okay, so then to deepen it, we're gonna just take this brown here and put it out on the outer corner. As you can see, we got like this nice matte grayish base, this peachy crease, nice soft. Now I just want to give it a little drama, a little definition. So I'm gonna take this and start right here in the outer crease and begin to build that up. And just like that, popping, okay? Popping. Straight like that. Everything else is a little bummy, but these are popping. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna take some Morphe mattifying spray and spray down my face, right? Avoiding my eyes and my lashes. I'm gonna put that on my face, let that sit. Then I'm going to set that with this Coty Airspun powder. I'm gonna set with this all over my face because again, I do have a very oily skin, and this method for me just works to keep me like smooth and flawless. So what I do is turn into a whole snowman, like everywhere, because I be oily. And today we're using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Foundation. I'm shade 340. So this one is a little bit more of a liquidy type of consistency. I think I put a little bit too much on my brush. But because this one's really liquidy and I'm really dry, I mean, Jesus, I'm really oily. If I use too much on my brush, like it leaves too much product just sitting on my skin and it will not press in. So I applied it directly to the brush, which I probably shouldn't have done, but yeah, that's fine. We'll just use a sponge to blend that out, and the sponge soaks up some of the product too. And for some of these areas like here, like where I need a bit more coverage, I still have some on the brush, and so I'm gonna go back in and reapply. Well, not reapply, but apply the rest of it with the brush. Okay, so now we're pretty much blended. We're gonna go in conceal and highlight. So to conceal, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in Deep Olive, just to conceal. So then we're gonna blend that in, and then we're gonna go back in with the same e.l.f. Camo Concealer in Tan Sand to brighten. Little face powder while that sits to set all the rest of the skin. And then we go back and blend this out. Okay, so now we're highlighted. Now we need to bronze, because I'm sure you're probably looking like, oh, your face, your neck, your body, not same color. Girl, ain't nobody worried about that, okay? Because we're looking real flawless, real together, you know what I'm saying? So this big fluffy one and the Supreme bronzer, and then I just nice soft circular motions, start to buff that in, give us some color back. And then what we're gonna do, another little tricky trick of mine. So take the same Coty Airspun powder, right? Same sponge we were using before. I'm gonna dip the sponge in the powder, use it to bake with all up under the eye and around the nose. Smile lines, pretty much all of that. Setting all this with that. And my forehead, because it gets real shiny. So we got that on there. And then I do it. I like this Eco Styler sponge because it gives you that little line and you can put it like directly on your nose. You know, it could be straighter, but it does the job. So I take a smaller, more dense contour brush and I go into my contour shades. I just use this little duo pack of them, and then I take it from the rear, like closest to my hairline, in tiny circular motions and start to kind of buff that in. And you want to have light pressure buffing this in because you don't want it to be too harsh. If you apply it too harsh, it's going to be kind of hard to blend it out and you may end up like effing it up. You don't want to do that. So then real lightly, go around the face. Now we can go in and wipe off all of the bake. It's been baked in a couple seconds. Like these are big, fluffier kind of brush to do that with, and then that way you kind of spread the love around, but looks good. Got a bronzer blush duo. Just gonna use the blush side. Now you gotta be careful, be careful. So this can be a little potent if you're not careful. You just kind of dab it. Just dab it. Do not swipe this across your face. Just dab it on the apples. That's all you need is like dabbing motions. Light, soft dabs, okay? Soft and light is all you need. Yeah. This guy, the fluffier one. And then I'm just gonna use my Cardi Bible palette, the golden highlight and pop that right on right here. Remember, I like to kind of just blend it on because I like it to have like that sheen, but I don't want it to be like a harsh line. But just right there, very, very light hand, and just blend like that. But oh, look at how buttery, you know, straight butter, dude. And then I do a little dot right here on the tip of the nose. So we're looking good. Last thing is gonna do our lips. So I'm just gonna do a nice simple nude, pinky nude. So I'm gonna do a brown liner. So we got our lip. It's lined. Just did a nice pinky nude. We're gonna spray again with this Morphe setting spray. That's my friend Tania in the back. But we're gonna spray. I don't have a fan in here, but we're gonna use this palette. But it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna do my hair and get dressed, and we'll be right back. All right, y'all, so we have our jewelry. We have on a cute little necklace, watch, bracelets, put on my wedding ring, and yeah, got a cute little top knot, some cute little pins, and I think we are tea party ready. So I thank y'all so much for tuning in. Do not forget to subscribe, leave me a comment below, let me know what else you would like to see. And until next time, peace out, D4B fam.